Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make your designs come to life using mockups. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is going to be a really short session but very impactful. So what are mockups? So mockups are representation of designs on how they are going to look in reality. So mockups can be products, mockups can be text, but it just gives you a realistic look of your design, right? So they are already pre-designed and you can get them online from different websites like On Blast. You can get On Blast from On Blast, and you can also get from Free Pick, right? So when I search mockup, you would see a lot of mockups here, and you can use any of them without text, without print materials. As you can see, this cap, right? So you can edit a lot of things, but one of the things you have to know is that you must also download mockups that are formatted in Photoshop. As you can see, PSD, right? Great. So this is how this mockup looks, and this is the first sample we are going to be working on. We are going to bring up a design, right? We don't have to design it right now because of our time, but I have something I have designed that I'm going to bring into our workspace, and it's going to be used to replace the design that we have on this pack right now. And before we do that, I want you to understand how you can, change and edit a mockup. So this part of your layer, you can see it says design. So some mockup come like this. They just make it easy for you to click on the smart object, right? And when you click on the smart object, you just put your image and get the work done. But sometimes it's not always so, like some other examples that we are going to be looking at today. So for this one, you can see it says design. The creator indicated design here, and so we just click on this, can double click on it, and then we go into the design, right? So this is only possible because we are using a smart object, or because they used a smart object, right? So smart objects are files that enable you to go into the file and make adjustments, and when you save it, right, you are going to have the new saved document replicated in the previous workspace. Now, what do I mean? Like now we have double clicked on this icon. As you can see, this layer, we double click on it, and then we opened this file, right? We went into the smart object. So we are going to bring in our design into this part. So this is our design, right? And we just opened it with Photoshop. So this is a PNG. I designed this file, and I designed it for a client in Turkey, and so we are going to use this for our example. So let's just copy this file. First of all, I'm going to unlock it. Let's copy it. I'm going to copy with Command C or Control C, and then go to the file that we opened using our smart object, right, from the mockup file, and then we are going to paste it, right? So one thing you have to know is when you're designing, right, you can design with respect to the size that your client wants or the size that you want. But when you want to use a mockup to represent that design, you have to work with the size of the mockup. Right now we have this size, right? So this is the size of the mockup, and so you have to understand the size so that your mockup file will fit perfectly. And that's what I have just done, right? And I'm going to save this. Remember, we are inside the smart object. We went inside the smart object, and now we are trying to make adjustments to the file. So I'm going to save this by pressing Command S or Control S if you're using PC, And so when I do that, now it's saved. I'm going to go back to my file, and you'd see that the design on our pack has changed, right? So this is the power of smart object. It behaves smartly. All right, so this is one of the easiest way that you can work around mockups, right? If you are lucky enough to find mockups like this, they are going to save your time. But let's move into another kind of mockup and let's work on it. All right, so this is an ID card holder, obviously, but we want to make adjustment to the details of the ID card, right? So let's just look at what we have on our layer. First of all, you have to understand the layer, and then you know what to do. But for this one, we can see that there is a smart object which it says card. So let's click it to know what is inside. Okay, great. So this is the design. So we can alter this design. Let's just bring in a rectangle on this design. Let's make it red. Great. So let's also bring in a custom shape into this design. Okay, great. So we already have this car. So we are going to just draw the car and make the car white. Great. Sometimes there are some mock-up that you would encounter and you would not be able to save multiple layers, right? You'd have to either merge or flatten. So if you want to do that, you highlight every layer on your layers tab, and you either merge layers or flatten image. So once I click flatten image, it's going to compress everything as one, and then we can save using Command S or Control S, or you can go to this file area at the top and click on save. But I've already done that, so it's grayed out. And when we do that, let's go to our ID card and we see what we have now. So now we have been able to successfully bring in our own design into this mockup. So let's just clear off some of our work that we've already done. All right, so the next mockup we are going to try is this tin can, right? So we can see that there are other elements on the tin with the mockup, which is the olive. And if I should turn on this, it's going to bring in a text. So sometimes you have text on your mockup, so it's important for you to switch off the text so that it doesn't come out with your final result. You wouldn't want that. So when we observe the layers, right, it's kind of much, right? But you need to really look at the layers so you can know what you want to do and how the designer or the creator of the mockup created it to function. So we can see that we cannot find any smart object right here. This is not a smart object. This is a 3D, right? So how you can go about this one is, let's bring in our file. So this is our file, right? And so this is our file. Let's select our file, copy it. I'm going to paste it in our workspace, right? And then I'm going to bring it close to the mockup. So when I do that, as you can see, it automatically snaps into the tin can, right? So when I leave it there, all I need to do now is just adjust the design to fit the tin can. All right, so we have that, and as you can see, it kind of looks good. Let's remove the olive, so it's gonna just be the tin can alone. Now, as you can see, you have some things shooting out. You have some other things shooting out here. It's not perfect. And that's because we will need to clip this onto this group, right? This mockup. Let's clip this onto the group. And you see that every other extras has been taken away, right? And this is how we've been able to work on this particular one. And let's look at text mockup. So this is a text. Well, this is not a new year, but I think this is one of the easiest that we can work with for now. So like I said, most mockup comes with, other text that you may not need, just trying to tell you it's a mockup, easy to use, blah, blah, blah. You don't need all those things. So let's additional information text right here. We are going to switch it off. And so we have your design here and a little bit of information, making you to know that this is where you're going to adjust your work from. So let's go into the smart object. So it says some text layers might need to be updated. I'm just going to press no. You might encounter fonts that you do not have. So when you have that, just click on your text tool, click on the text, and you'll see the name of the font, right, in the font section. And then you just download it, and then you'll be able to edit. So let's just write equip. All right. And also sometimes mockup comes with guidelines so that you'll be able to know the space required for you to have your design in, and so the space you're not supposed to exceed. So let's just work with that space. All right, so we have that, and we are going to just click on this check mark and let's save it. So it's saving. It says updating smart object. All right, so let's go to our text and let's see what has happened. And as we can see, the text, the 3D effect has been successfully wrapped around our choice word, right? Our choice text. So this is how you work around it, right? And talking about smart object, so this is not something that is difficult to do. I can make this layer a smart object. Right now it's not. As you can see, we can't see the icon. All I need to do is just click and you'd see convert to smart object. Okay, so let's create another layer below it. Now we can convert to smart object. So when I click convert to smart object, you can see the icon has appeared, right? So I can go into this file. I'm there now, and I can make adjustments. And when I come back to this file, right, the adjustments are going to be shown here. So that's just how smart object works. And you can also use it for different purposes. When we get to filters, we would see why it's important to use smart object for some certain cases. So I look forward to seeing you play around these mockups. Try to download some mockup, especially from OnBlast, because there are a lot of free ones there. And on FreePic, the nice ones are actually paid. I may not be able to send you all these mockups because they are quite heavy, and I may send one or two. I may do my best to send one or two, but just play around with it, download more mockups, and show me what you've been able to do with some mockups that you downloaded. All right, so see you in the next class. Bye.